E aí galera, beleza? Estamos voltando aqui com mais um vídeo de Vampyr. E dessa vez vamos terminar aqui o nosso turno da noite, né? Vamos levar aqui um medicamento para a Dorothy e claro, devolver a carteira aí para o nosso amigo ali, o Marlon. Tem muita gente aqui, mano, tem que conversar com esses caras todos. Agora onde ele tá, né? Onde esse... Ah, tá aqui, ó, o Marlon aqui, ó.
Good
Vamos ver
evening,
o que que ele tem a dizer.
Good evening, Doctor.
Milton,
Still
Marlon,
trying to
por favor.
save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
É.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit.
Entendi.
Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Entendi.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
Nossa, boladão. Então tá bom. Aqui requer uma pista, então depois a gente pega.
I'd like to see your goods.
Vamos ver o
Wise
que tem
choice,
de
Dr.
mercadoria
Reed.
aqui.
A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
É isso aqui que a gente tá precisando, vamos pegar. Ele só tem uma. Vou pegar essa empunhadora aqui também. Gatilho acho que a gente não precisa. Então é isso, valeu, cara. Então, a gente já entregou ali a primeira parte. Agora a gente tem que achar aí a Dorothy pra entregar ali o restante das coisas. Agora onde ela está, né? Parece que eu tô indo pro caminho certo. Ou não, né?
It's locked, all right.
Aqui é o meu esconderijo. A gente pode melhorar a arma aqui, né? Vamos dar uma melhorada na arma. Nessa aqui, por favor. Beleza, aí agora a gente pode botar mais dano, aí, ó. Fica com 99. Ou absorver mais sangue. Isso é interessante. Vamos botar isso aqui, velho. Tá, beleza. E a gente tenta botar aí no nível maior. Bem interessante isso aí. Então, beleza. A gente deixou a nossa espada aí bem mais boladona. Agora cadê a doutora? Doutora Dorothy. Aonde você está, Dorothy? Dorothy. Vamos ver aqui. Parece que está se aproximando. Será que ela está aqui? Aqui. Ah, ela aqui, ó.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Mas é óbvio.
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Tá bom. Fale com o paciente no quarto atrás de Dorothy. Tá. Cadê esse maluco?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at
See,
least
no.
tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Aperte RB.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Quais são as? Fadiga. Beleza. Dá remédio.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Beleza.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Ah, te catar então.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest then.
Ah, te catar. E essa mulher aqui é quem?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Sou mesmo.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is
Entendi.
there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Entendi.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's
Hello.
all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may
Opa.
say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Tá bom.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Então tá bom.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Ah,
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
com certeza. Porrada vai comer sobre eles.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Vamos lá falar com o Edgar. Eu não quero, cara. Eu não quero gastar. Se eu ficar matando todo mundo aí, eu vou ficar poderosão, mas muito mal.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
I'm a dead man. I was murdered. Now I'm a murderer. Tell me how this is a gift.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Ah, tá.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Né? Deixa eu ver o que eu consigo pegar aqui. Ó, já peguei o negócio. Espécimes raras de vampiro. Carta de não sei quem. A mulher tá lá embaixo. Então vamos lá logo. Tem mais uma carta. Valeu. Vamos ver o que tem nessas cartas. Tá, vou fazer aquela mesma coisa, né? Dá o pause aí. Vocês conseguem ler. Tá, ex-médico. Aí o cara que morreu. É o maluquete lá que ele matou, né? Então vamos lá. Rakesh Chandana. Nossa, tu viu a mulher andando ali, mano? Bizarro. Ah, a mulher tá aqui, ó.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Entendi.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough.
Nossa senhora.
Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Okay.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Ih. É a vampirona?
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Eita.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
Com certeza.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, Your Ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion,
Pode deixar que eu vou
but I
matar
do
geral.
fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Condition. Beleza. Galera, vou dar aqui mais um término, né, de vídeo. E a gente se vê no próximo, onde a gente vai interrogar aí a enfermeira. Espero que vocês estejam gostando da série e a gente se vê no próximo episódio. Valeu, galera. Fui!